converted your heart. That's what he was interested in. So he told the truth. You are from your father, the devil, and you choose to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth because there's no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks according to his nature, for he is a liar and the father of lies. But because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me. Which of you convicts me of sin? If I tell the truth, why do you not believe me? Whoever is from God hears the words of God. The reason you do not hear them is that you're not from God. Oh, you think they liked to hear that? No. The Jews answered, are we not right in saying you are a Samaritan and have a demon? Can you believe that? You're a lunatic. Back to liar, lunatic, and Lord. Here's the original lunatic charge. You're crazy. You're nuts. You've got a demon. I'm not even going to listen anymore. You're crazy. Jesus says, I don't have a demon. I honor my Father, and you dishonor me. Verily I say to you, whoever keeps my word will never see death. The Jew says, now we know you have a demon. Now we know you're crazy. Abraham died, and so did the prophets, yet you say everyone who keeps my word will live. Are you greater than our father Abraham? You can hear that in the background. Are you greater than our father Abraham and the prophets? Jesus said, if I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who glorifies me, he of whom you say he is our God. Though you do not know him, but I know him. If I were to say that I do not know him, I'd be a liar like you. See, I don't know where we get this idea that Jesus was this kind of nicey person. He wasn't. He spoke the truth. Jesus had to have been one of these people that you either loved him or hated him. It was one of those things. You know those people? You're best friends with someone and someone else can't stand to be in the same room with that person, but you love them to pieces. How can you stand to be with her? How can you stand to be with him? I like him, he gets on my last nerve. I'm sure that's exactly how Jesus was. People either were drawn to him and loved him, or they just hated him. There was none of this in-betweenness about him. Then the Jew said, you're now 50 years old and you've seen Abraham. Jesus said to them, verily I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. And look what they did. Picked up stones to stone him. Why? He just claimed to be God. He used God's sacred name. I am. That was how he identified himself to Moses. Say, I am sent you. Jesus just said that. The Jews understood it. Otherwise, they would not have picked up stones. Yes, Ralph?
What's the Hebrew for I am?
Yahweh.
That's the same words he told Moses when he went to see his father.
Yes.
That's the
Moses said, they're going to ask me your name. What should I say? And they said, I am that I am sent you. I am has sent you. And all through the Gospel of John, Jesus says, I am. I am the resurrection. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the gate. I am the vine. I am the bread of life. He keeps saying this in this format, and it's angering the Jews because they know exactly what he's talking about. Here's another one. At that time that the Feast of Dedication took place in Jerusalem. This is Hanukkah. It was winter. Jesus was walking in the temple. The Jews gathered and said, how long will you keep us in suspense? If you're the Messiah, tell us plainly. We'll talk about direct. He says, and whenever someone, and this is something else about Jesus if you don't know. When someone does become this direct, he always takes it one step further. He always amps it up a bit. He just doesn't say, all right, here I am, I'm the Messiah. He doesn't do that. He takes it one step further. You know why? He's always challenging their faith. He's always challenging what's in their hearts. I have told you, and you do not believe. The works I do testify of me, but you don't believe because you don't belong to my sheep. My sheep hear my voice. I know them, they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. What my Father has given me is greater than all else, and no one can snatch it out of the Father's hand. Brace yourself. The Father and I are one.
There it is, very plain.
Don't let your Jehovah's Witnesses, don't let the testigos come. Jesus never claimed to be God. Bull. Here it is. Take him right there. What did Jesus... Well, Jesus didn't really mean... He meant one in spirit, one in mission. Bull. How do I know that? Keep reading. The what? Took up stones again.
Wow.
They did it 2 chapters ago. Now they're doing it again. Jesus says, I've shown you many good works. Which of these are you going to stone me? Watch, watch, watch. The Jews answered, it's not for good works we stone you, but for
Blasphemy.
why?
Claiming to be the Son of God.
Did you hear that? Did you read that? Read it again. It's blasphemy. Why? Although only a human being, you are making yourself
God.
And Jesus doesn't say, no, you misunderstood me. I didn't. No, he says, wait, look what's in your law. And he goes on. Then they tried to arrest him again, but he escaped. You know why? Because his hour had not yet come. He knew when he was going to be finally handed over to them. But don't let anyone tell you or flim-flam you into thinking that A, Jesus never claimed divinity. Baloney. He not only claimed it, he kept pressing them with it. And don't let anyone say, well, it really means this or that. That's bull, because the Jews picked up stones to stone him. Why? Because you're a man and you're claiming to be God. That's why we're stoning you. And it says this happened again. We read it in chapter 8. 2 chapters, it's not 2 chapters later. He's doing it again. It's like you would think Jesus would lay low after the first almost stoning. It's like, well, let's calm it down a little bit. They're not, no. Push. You know why? Because this is absolutely vital. You understand this and are not confused. I am God, the Father, and I are one. One in being. We're the same. Philip, have you been with me so long that you haven't seen the Father? If you've seen you have seen
The Father.
Why?
Because the Father and I are one.
Christianity is not one other choice among all the world's religions. We're absolutely unique. Because of this claim, our founder claimed to be God Almighty himself in a human form. That's why they killed him. Now the question is, we're back to our lovely game show. Oops, wrong one, sorry. Back to our game show. Liar, lunatic, or Lord. A lot of people claim to be God. They also claim to be Napoleon. And we give them some Thorazine and everything's better. The Jews said that, didn't they? You have a demon. You're nuts. So are we going to follow a crazy man? The proof of Jesus' claim rests with the resurrection. Either he rose from the dead or he didn't. There's no iffy about it. And I have to now take you to this. Dr. Peter Kreeft, convert to the faith from evangelicalism. Absolutely phenomenal teacher of the faith. This is his website. 5 possible theories of the resurrection. Okay? These are the 5 real reasons people have come up with to explain the resurrection. This was very popular in the 70s. I'm just going to go over them briefly. You can go to the website and click on the links and get a deeper explanation. But here they are. This is what was, there was a whole book made by this called The Passover Plot. The Passover Plot. Hold on here. Okay? So theory number 1, it's called the swoon theory. Okay? And the book is The Passover Plot. I forget who wrote it, it doesn't matter, it's a bunch of baloney. But it was very popular, it became very popular in the 70s. Okay? Well, what is it? Well, like I said, I'm going to keep it as brief because, again, as always, time is escaping me. The swoon theory is that Jesus didn't die. Here's the deal. Jesus gathered everyone up for the Last Supper. He said, all right, boys, we're coming to the finale of this. This is how we're going to start this new movement. So Jesus was like a cult leader. He got all of his followers together. He said, okay, now this is how we're going to sell it. You with me? Yes, okay, here it is. That's why it's called the Passover Plot, because this is how Jesus cooked this up. He said, all right, I'm gonna surrender myself to these guys, and just when it looks like all is lost, slip me a Mickey, and I'm just gonna pass out. Everyone's gonna think I'm dead, but when I'm in the tomb, I'll somehow revive. Just get the stone away, and we'll show it. I'll come back, and that's how we're going to sell it. So Jesus really didn't die. He just swooned on the cross. They slipped him a Mickey, and he just passed out. He didn't really die. What's wrong with this idea? What does our gospel say happened when they came? Remember, it was Sabbath, and they broke the legs of the thieves to help hurry their deaths. When they came to Jesus, what?
They did not break
He
the
was
leg.
already
Why?
because they think he's
Because
dead.
you're already dead.
Do you think that the Romans would have made that mistake? Say no.
No.
How do you know that?
Because they
They
pierced the
pierced
lamb.
his-
They made sure he was dead. How?
They pierced the heart. Yeah.
reason why this theory is stupid. All of these are stupid. You have to have more faith in this baloney than just believing that Jesus was God and rose from the dead. I'm telling you, these theories start to get stupid. I mean, they really do. What happened when he was arrested? What happened?
Peter struck the servant.
They beat him, scourged him,
Crowned him with
thorns,
carried the
Spit.
cross.
spit on him, crucified him, not just tied him to the cross, they nailed him good. To make sure that he was dead, they thrust a lance. Okay, so let's say somehow the Mickey that they slipped him, and you know how they figured that out? Remember the wine that they gave Jesus when he said, "I thirst"? They said that's when the disciples slipped him the Mickey that made him pass out. We laugh, but there is a book about this. There were people that seriously thought that this was oh yeah, this is a possibility. Are you for real? Let's assume that all that they said is true. Let's say it was a plot. Let's say they slipped him a Mickey. Let's say the Romans didn't, somehow, he fell into a coma. All right, fine. Put him into a tomb. His blood, his side is still lanced open. He's still been scourged to the point of hamburger helper. Right? And the coolness of the tomb, he wakes up. And so, beaten, holes in his feet and hands, blood, I don't know how the loss of blood alone is incalculable. No one's bandaging any of this when they throw him into the tomb. Remember, they had to do it fast, right?
Yes.
That was the whole point of breaking the thieves' leg. They had to get him off the cross because the Sabbath was happening. So after all of that, Jesus manages to hobble out, right?